So you've got a dog here in Plymouth, Michigan, and you want to enjoy all the great things our city has to offer. Well, having a well-behaved dog is pretty much the ticket to doing that, right? Choosing the right trainer is a really big deal, so let's walk through how to make a great choice for both you and your pup.
You know those moments? Just a nice, easy walk through a busy Kellogg Park, or maybe you're just hanging out on Main Street and your dog is chilling right beside you. Those perfect little slices of life, they don't just happen. They're what you get from good training and a real partnership with your dog, and that's exactly what we're aiming for.
Okay, so before we even start looking at who to hire, we got to talk about the what. What is the actual philosophy behind good, modern dog training? This is the foundation for everything else.
The name you're going to hear a lot is positive reinforcement. And honestly, it's pretty simple. Instead of focusing on what the dog does wrong, you reward what they do right. So when your dog sits, boom, they get a treat or some praise. It's about making learning a fun game, and it does way more than just teach commands. It helps you build a really strong, trusting bond with your dog, which is what it's all about.
So how do we know we're looking for that positive approach? Let's move on to the who. How do you actually figure out if a trainer knows their stuff and can offer the right kind of help for you and your dog's specific situation?
Now, here in Michigan, there aren't any laws that say a trainer has to be licensed. That's why seeing these certifications is such a good sign. They show that a person has really invested in their education. KPA and CPDT are great ones to look for. They mean the trainer has passed exams and is committed to positive methods. Those last two, the IABC and CBCC, well, those usually mean a trainer has specialized knowledge for tougher issues like anxiety or aggression.
All right, you're also going to have to decide between group classes or private sessions. Group classes, they're fantastic for puppies or any dog that needs to practice being calm around other dogs. Plus, they are definitely more budget-friendly. But if you're dealing with something specific, like, say, your dog loves to surf the kitchen counters, nothing is going to beat a one-on-one private session that's completely tailored to your home and your goals.
So, we've talked about the what and the who. Now let's get down to the brass tacks, the how. This is all about the money and knowing exactly what to ask before you sign on the dotted line.
Just to give you a quick baseline number, a single 1-hour private lesson here in the Plymouth area is typically going to run you somewhere in this range. It's just a good number to keep in mind as you start thinking about your budget.
And here's a broader look at the costs. As you can see, it really depends on what you need. A 6-week puppy or obedience class is often a really affordable way to get started. Private lesson packages can give you a better deal per session. And then you have board and trains, where your dog actually stays with the trainer. Those are the most intensive and, naturally, the biggest financial investment.
All right, you've got the concepts, you've got an idea of the costs. Now it's time to actually talk to someone. But what should you be asking to make sure you're finding the absolute best person for the job?
You can think of this as your personal interview guide. For question 1, you want to hear them talk about positive reinforcement. For question 3, you want to be sure they're creating a plan for your dog, not just using some cookie-cutter approach. And asking about costs and how they track progress is just smart. Oh, and number 6 is a big one. If you're dealing with a serious behavior issue, a great trainer will be happy to work with your vet.
Now, where does all this training actually come to life? Well, it's not just in your living room. The real test is always out in the real world. So let's talk about putting these skills to use right here in Plymouth.
First, just a quick rundown of the local rules. These are all about keeping everyone safe and being a good neighbor. You'll need a leash that's 6 feet or shorter when you're off your property. You also need a dog license from Wayne County, and that requires proof of a rabies shot. And that little rabies tag, it has to be on your dog's collar. Good training can also help with that last one, making sure your dog isn't a nuisance barker.
And now the fun part, getting out there. Plymouth Township Park has a fantastic fenced-in dog park where you can safely practice things like coming when called. The trails at Hines Park are just perfect for working on loose leash walking past bikes and other people. Starkweather Park is great for a quieter walk where you can really build focus. And when you're ready for the ultimate challenge, head downtown and practice all those skills in a busy, real-world setting.
In the end, this is why you're doing it. All the time and money you invest in training comes back to you every single day. It's in those peaceful walks, the nice comments you get from people about your well-behaved dog, and just the simple freedom of being able to share our wonderful community with your best friend by your side. Good luck and enjoy all those moments.